entry Toronto for an MLS Cup rematch as the Seattle Sounders look to defend their cup against Toronto FC. One year ago, these two clubs clashed in dramatic fashion. After an intense 120 minutes dominated by Toronto, it was Seattle who took home their first cup on a penalty kick by Roman Torres.
For me, revenge wasn't the word. Redemption was a better one. After losing the final the way we did last year, we spent every single day this season working and thinking about this idea of getting back to a final and giving ourselves another chance in front of our fans to lift that trophy.
I have nothing but respect for the Seattle Sounders organization and their team, but the MLS Cup this year was all about us, and I don't think it mattered who you lined up on the other side of us in that match. We weren't going to let anybody stop us.
So this conversation that this is the best team in MLS history, we shouldn't even be having it because they haven't finished the job. They have to win the day. They have to complete what they have done throughout the course of the season, but it's all worthless unless you finish it today. The fact is, there's a level of expectation for this club. At some point in this game, that level of expectation is going to go from motivation to pressure. They have to be able to handle that pressure. The fans are going to push them, but they have to stay disciplined. If they go chasing Seattle, they may get into trouble.
This was even bigger than last year in a lot of ways because we grew as a team, we won the Supporters Shield, we won 2 championships, so the opportunity to kind of finish off the triple was something you don't get every day.
A date with destiny. The red and the rave green. Is it going to be redemption or is it going to be a repeat in the rematch as we are underway? MLS Cup number 22. Oh, Michael Bradley opening things up with the ball towards Altidore. Lovely layoff and Osorio! First big save of the game required from Stefan Fry. Oh, what a ball that is! And Jovinko in the clear here. Can he finish? No, he can't! Stefan Fry did enough. He got a touch. Marshall was right there too.
Yeah, but what is Chad Marshall doing? He cannot let that ball run free.
After about the first 10 or 15 minutes on the field, the way we were playing, I thought there was only going to be one team to win it, and that was going to be us. That was going to be Toronto FC. We felt so good on the night. We were moving the ball so well, and I could just see the look on their faces that they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to counter us.
Good build up this by Toronto. Jovinko from Altidore. Jovinko! Well, Stefan Fry had to adjust. That was a shot that seemed to change its mind in mid-air from Jovinko. Across the line it goes. The shot is off from Delgado. And well, I've seen that picture before.
What is it about this goal and Stefan Fry?
Yes. Now shout not pass seems to be his motto.
There was definitely moments of deja vu, of thinking to yourself like, come on, this can't be happening again.
And you know, it gets to the point where I think in the first half we got to a point where we were shooting so many times we got discouraged a little bit. And then I think the halftime came at a good point because we couldn't score. And I think you look around and I don't think anybody was frustrated, but in the sense where, man, we just can't get it to go. Not even like, man, this is gonna next year is gonna happen. Not even that. It was more of like, man, it's gonna be a lot harder than we thought. You know, we can't get it to go. And so the second half comes along, and we're missing chances or whatever. But everybody's thinking of the next one, and that's when I knew that regardless of the saves that Stefan keeps making, or you know, how it's just not happening for us, I knew the game was going to open up by doing the first goal.
The experience of having been there before, of having played in a final that had been teetering on the edge like that was a big advantage.
Altidore now, Jozy Altidore! Finally, it's what they've been waiting for. Toronto take control.
Jozy Altidore has been spot on in 10 games. 7 goals, 4 assists, but a goal that every single person here in Toronto will remember for the rest of their lives.
It's funny because I remember when Jozy was in on goal, when I saw him on a breakaway, what was going through my head was how quickly we got the ball to that side of the field. And not a lot of people have talked about the fact that I think I counted it out. It was about 10 total touches between 7 different players.
Drew scooped up the loose ball, shoved it to me. I was able to shove it to Justin. Justin played it, I believe, first time forward to Victor, and then Victor found Seba, and you know, Jozy did a great job to kind of curl his run a little bit and stay on side, and the pass from Seba was perfect. And you know, as Jozy's running it on goal, you're just thinking to yourself, please let this be the one that hits the back of the net.
You know, that goal is so funny on so many levels because it is everything of who we are. Just from the goal, from the touch on Drew's point, from the sequence itself. Greg always emphasizes playing forward. Every training session we do, it's 3 touch max, so it's 2 touches basically, and you have to play forward, and especially towards the end of the year. So that goal is beautiful because I'm sure Greg and the coach were happy because it was all what they wanted: playing forward, playing across the game channel, and making runs in behind. So I think they were really happy about that. And then, I committed early to what I wanted to do. I got the ball in the breakaway, and I know Roman was coming. I know Jovan was coming on my right, and I said, Jovan's fast, so I think he'll catch me if I keep trying to go to my right and try to shoot this to my right. So I said, I'm going to try to set up a dink here, because it's going to be on my left. Obviously it's going to be a little bit less accurate, but I know he's going to try to make himself big and go to ground. And that's what I did. I tried to set it up by taking the touch to my left and just try to dink it over him. I know if I got it over him, that the whole goal was gaping, and that was that.
Honestly, when Armando dribbled the keeper, I didn't realize that the volley was coming to me, because I think, okay, now we scored 2-0 and then it's done. But then it was to the post, and then the rebound, it was straight on my body. I even touched, I think, with this and this, but I put all my body in front because I was really close to the goal, and then I scored. And the feeling is like, wow, we did it. It's 2-0, it's minute 93, 94, it's done. We are happy. I showed my shirt because we were making jokes at home with my wife, with my friends, that if I score a goal at the end of the game, I will show my shirt like, here, I'm back, I'm Victor Vazquez, I'm back.
This could finish it here. They have numbers forward in abundance. Should they choose to go towards goal, which they do, it's Cooper, round he goes! Oh, it's back off the post and then in! That will do it! Bedlam at BMO Fields!
February 2009, Victor Vazquez had a serious knee injury, 14 months of grueling rehab. He was considering retirement, but it was Barcelona greats, the Luis Enrique, Pep Guardiola, that said, no sir, don't give it up. On his right forearm, Adrian, he's got tattooed, only the strongest survive. When the book is written about the greatest season in MLS history, Victor Vazquez will have his own chapter.
It's the best feeling that a player can have, to score in a final, to close the game and win the MLS Cup.
Oh, Canada, no more! One step beyond for Toronto as they crown the best season in MLS history. Well, last year they came up empty. This year their cup is overflowing. They complete a remarkable domestic treble with the one that really mattered. MLS Cup is Toronto's for the first time.
What I have taken away from it is you remember the guys that you do it with and their faces and the moments that you have in that time after the final whistle, and the coaching staff and the organization, and just how much you go through together in a season. For it to all culminate in a championship after a magical season is, there are no words.
To play in MLS your whole career and to go so many years without winning and be on good teams that haven't won, and to be on Supporters Shield winning teams that haven't won, you realize how hard it is to finally get to the end line and reach the goal, the one that you've achieved, the one that you've wanted to achieve for such a long time. It's so fulfilling.
And to winning for those guys you just mentioned, Justin Morrow, who's been in the league so long, Stephen Beitashour, Drew Moor, you know, he gave up a lot to come to Toronto. He picked us. And so I'm happy to give those guys everything they wanted, man. They came to Toronto to win, to do something special, and they did exactly that.
That a group of guys lived one of the worst moments of our careers together and used that pain and heartbreak to drive us on every single day for the next year or for the next 364 days. We laid everything we had out there, and when you have a group that's able to commit to something in the way that we did, to commit to each other, and fulfill a dream, to satisfy an obsession that had been there for a year. That's an incredible feeling.